The eyes of the world have been glued to the city of Harran for the past 2 months following the outbreak of a previously unknown pathogen. It is not yet clear what has caused this gruesome affliction. The local government's Ministry of Defense directed a quarantine wall shortly after the outbreak. The global relief efforts' steady stream of supply drops has sustained, but few survivors remain in the city. The Ministry of Defense believes more radical action should be taken to stem the tide of this virus. The question is, are there still non-infected survivors in the city as the GRE maintains? And if so, will the ministry still go through a state of plan to annihilate the city in an attempt to wipe out the Harran virus once and for all? Rather by way of the virus or ministry's proposed plan? One thing is certain, Harran's days are numbered. Kyle Crane, an operative for the global relief effort, is sent to recover a sensitive file related to the virus. The GRE claims the file could lead to a cure, but the truth is more complex. Kyle becomes deeply involved with the survivors of the city, including Jade Eldamir, a fearless leader, and her brother Rahim. As he fights to protect them, Kyle learns the dark reality of Harran's vaccine supply antigen. While antigen suppresses infection symptoms, it's not a cure and supplies are dangerously low. Adding to the urgency, Kyle himself is bitten during his mission and becomes partially infected. Now relying on antigen to slow the virus, he battles against time and the city's horror, both human and infected, to find a solution. His health deteriorates as the infection looms, testing his resilience and forcing him to weigh personal survival against the greater good. HUD activated. Commence briefing. Approaching Harran. Data on the subject: Qadir Suleiman, a local political figure hired to maintain order after the outbreak. His brother Hassan died in a disease-related incident before we were able to evacuate him. Suleiman blamed the GRE for Hassan's death. He stole a highly sensitive file, which became his bargaining chip against the GRE, with instructions to publicize it if anything happened to him. Data on the subject: the stolen file. It details the incomplete process of synthesizing a cure for the virus. If implemented in its current state, the produced substance may be extremely toxic. Also, the file contains full description of the virion structure. Any attempt to use it would result in countless lives lost. It must be recovered. Further information: current status. Suleiman sent the file to an associate unknown to us, with instructions to publicize it at his command at any time. To counter that, we instituted a city-wide communication jam, preventing him from publicizing the file. Your GRE-issued radio can overcome that jamming. It is your lifeline, do not lose it. Ever since, Suleiman has gone underground and begun using a different name. We have a reason to believe he now leads one of the 2 main factions operating within the city. You are to find Suleiman and locate the stolen file in order to save the mankind from a disaster of unprecedented proportions.